Mommy,
Yes.
it's not working.
What's not working? What's wrong with it?
Don't know. Don't know.
Great. I had content meeting this morning. It went smooth. Now I'm making my herbal tea concentrate tea because I just started Herbalife today. So this is what I'm drinking.
So what are the benefits of the herbal tea concentrate?
The tea is to make you go to the bathroom, apparently. So if anybody knows, I'm a huge tea fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been drinking tea for the past few years, like whether it's a cleanse or immune building. I have literally a cabinet full of tea. And I'm still gonna drink my tea, but probably not for my cleanses anymore. Or I'll just do my 30-day cleanses as needed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
People are coming on in. This is lovely. Okay. So I'm going to get started because as you all know, we have
ceremony. And each
I'm going to mute everybody.
a
I know some
welcome.
of the meetings and things like that. So I'm going to get started. Welcome to Tuesday. Yes, it is Tuesday. Tuesdays, the Coffee Break Live. Today has been a day. I don't know about for all of you, but it's raining here, and I don't know, my energy during COVID is just a little crazy when it rains. So for those of you on Instagram Live, we are also on Zoom video. So if you want to join us, the meeting details, the meeting ID is in my story, or you can also click the link in my bio on my profile. So yesterday I was really scattered, like super scattered. There was a lot going on. I double booked a meeting and with this, and it was just really hard to focus. And I wanted to make sure that I came back strong and just connected with you all. So although that was my plan, today has been rough from the moment that I woke up. Woke up feeling stuffy, scattered all over the place, and it was just like, okay, how am I going to get myself together? So I tried my hardest to go through my wellness routine to make sure that I was really pulling things through to just reposition myself and feel a little bit better and more productive, ready to enter a productive space. 8 o'clock came, I head upstairs, I make my tea, and realized 8:30 I had a morning meeting with the regional social work team for my job. So it's like a smack in the face left after right, because after that was then a MCA social work meeting. So my school-based team, we had a social work meeting as well. So it became this back and forth of trying to catch up, trying to be productive, trying to do everything that I needed to do to get my head together, and it just wasn't working because on top of all of that, my phone was not working properly. Had a number that was not my own. I wasn't able to connect with my kids when I intended to, and it just became this whole thing. So typically the steps that I go through for myself to be able to just reposition is like, all right, what works for me? What grounds me? And first and foremost, one of those things is always drinking tea or drinking water and just focusing on it as I'm ingesting it. But then even separating myself, setting Aiden up to do something on his own and then bringing myself back. So like I said, I went through the tea, I went through the coffee, I went through the water, I tried to eat breakfast, didn't really have an appetite, and it's like, all right, let me just sit and do what I need to do. So yeah, it was rough. So I don't know about you all. You all can chime in and definitely share how your mornings are going and how you kind of reposition yourself, and we can go there. So as you want to speak, please feel free to chime in. I don't want to unmute you all, so you can unmute if you want to share, or use the chat box to check in for those of you who are on Instagram and say, you know, how you're doing today. How do you pull yourself together when you're waking up and having a rough day? And then we can circle back and close it out. Oops, I did unmute all of y'all. Let me mute you back. So Taylor, I know you were sharing with us a little earlier, but how do you keep yourself grounded throughout the day, and how do you reset when it's necessary?
Well, as we've spoken about this before, like at the end of the day, no matter how normal we try to make this is like abnormal for some of us, like to like the fullest extent. So I don't try to make it as close to what my life usually was. I kind of just make this like a new experience for me. Like, okay, well, when I tell you, I literally just take it day by day. I don't make my schedule until I wake up.
Yes.
So unless I have a meeting, when I wake up is when I wake up, and that's that. Like, if I wake up at 8 today, if I wake up at 7, if I wake up at 11, it's just whatever I wake up, like break down in my plan of what I'm going to accomplish for the day. And then that's it. Like, I'm fortunate enough to live by myself and not have any kids. So it's like a little easier for me, but that's what gets me through. It's like no day looks the same. And that kind of helps me feel like I haven't been inside as long as I have.
I think that that's a really good point to make as well, because it goes to, and we are joined by Aiden today, realistically. Oh, Chrissy, that's a good idea as well. I think it is super important, and it goes with the acceptance piece. I wrote, I think it was Monday's post that I wrote on the website saying, like, you have to get to a point where you actually accept where we are and what we're doing, and know that a part of that acceptance is knowing that you're going to be just going with the flow and accepting that it might rain and you might not be able to go outside and get that fresh air. Or if you do, you run the risk of, I don't know, and I don't know if this is scientifically proven, but catching a cold or, you know, whatever. Or sometimes I let him go. I accept the fact that he wants to go jump in the puddles. So his rain boots are his best friend. Making sure that you are flexible enough to know that you need to let go and just flow with it, right? I like what you said about not writing your schedule until the morning of, and it's something that I used to plan out the whole week, right? From Sunday, it used to be a whole week plan. Found myself being a lot more frustrated doing that now, and even attempting to sit, because I don't know how anybody's going to wake up tomorrow, what I'm going to be feeling, what notification is going to be from the work group chat, or don't want to neglect y'all over here, what notifications I'm going to receive from the work group chat, from emails, anything. Everything's unexpected. So it got to the point where it's expect the unexpected and just roll with it. So in doing that, I see that Chrissy switches places that she works each day. In her office, she's in her office one day, the dining room the next, the bedroom following. You are keeping it spicy, and that is a good way to switch it up and keep the routine going and flowing. So I'm just wondering, not even wondering, for someone like myself, I am currently, my recent switch was swapping to stay with my sister, and it has refreshed and rejuvenated my routine. But it's also another adjustment. I think I got kicked off of Instagram, so I'm sorry guys who are on there. So I think knowing a foundation or setting up that I will sit and I will write my plans for the day and follow those plans as close as I can. Chrissy or Ty, did you want to jump in and share a way that you navigate just the inconsistency of the days and how you navigate maintaining just your head and staying grounded?
So I guess I'll jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I allow myself to sleep in. So if I wake up and it's like 7 o'clock or like 8:30 or whatever, if I'm still tired, I'll just sleep a little bit longer. But I mean, I'm blessed to be able to have like a partner. So like my husband, like he's working from home too. So like he's able to like help out with Renee. So it's not like a major, like you have to get up because you have this toddler in the home.
Right.
But yeah, I think like that's like the main thing that I've been doing. And just keeping it light, not trying to do too much.
Right.
You know, taking things as it come. If I get like a wind of momentum, then kind of like riding that, but not like overwhelming myself, because just being reflective, I know that oftentimes when I'm overwhelmed, it's often self-caused. Like I've taken on too much or I haven't said no. So I've been trying to be really mindful of that and not overwhelming myself. Like my boss asked me, when did I think that I could get like a new virtual training out? And yeah, and so, you know, everybody was like, oh, all the other teams, right? Were like, oh, we can have this for you and like by Friday, or we can have it for you in 2 weeks. And I was like, you know what? For an hour training, I'm thinking in my head, like for an hour training, realistically, you're going to need like 40 slides. I'm not committing to more than 5 slides per week. And so, and like really just pacing myself, because I'm not going to kill myself. If you want to kill yourself, like go ahead. I'm not going to do it. So
yeah, I think that's real. And I'm wondering if that's something that everyone is taking into consideration during this time. The pacing that you need. One of my students actually said to me today, Miss Mick, I've been pacing myself with my work, and my initial thought was, well, are you turning it in? What does pacing yourself actually mean? Like, what does that mean for you? Are you turning your work in? But I actually commended her instead of saying that. It was really, really, really important for me to take a step back and see how that could be helping her, because she had what she likes to do every day, which is she likes to dance. She likes to take her minute and go on Instagram and scroll or record a little TikTok video, something like that, and then switch it up, do her work, things like that. So I think if we take bits and pieces of what everyone is doing well, which Chrissy, she's switching places where she works each day. How you're allowing yourself, well, both you, Taylor, and Ty, y'all are allowing yourselves the time to sleep in and strategize and schedule your routine when you wake up. And then for me, it's just accepting where I am when I wake up and doing the best that I can in those moments. I think it makes for us to be able to better cope with all of this. So on a closing note, as we end on our nice little coffee break today, for me, it is tension tamer tea. No more Cafe Bustelo for the rest of today. I needed to ease all of the tension that I was feeling and finally feel settled and calm and ready to just refocus, especially with the little one behind me and his headphones not working. Super important for us to stay in a place of acceptance, be okay with where we are, which falls right in line with that, and take it one day at a time, right? So in its literal sense, what is today bringing to me? What is it bringing, and what 3 big things can I accomplish today? Or what 3 things am I going to allow myself to do? So whether that's the laundry and then making sure that I'm completing this data sheet and strategizing one project for work and one project for school, which might be ambitious, but at least I know that I'm striving to reach those goals, to fold the laundry, to finish up the data sheet and send it in, and then to create one strategic plan for next school year. Who knows? Something like that. Those are the things, or I think that's a good way for us to be able to pace ourselves and continue to connect and reflect on where we are. What do we think? Closing thoughts?
I've
Go ahead, Chris.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm in the bedroom today, as you can see.
Yes.
But no, I was writing in the chat that my new thing is to stop apologizing for not meeting deadlines. I did it today, and as I was typing it, I was like, why am I apologizing for this? Like, yeah, I don't care if you gave me a week. There's also like 40 emails coming in, and like that deadline was buried amongst all of those. So like, thanks for the reminder that I didn't do it. I actually like that better because I'm like, oh God, I forgot to do this. Here you go. But I think it definitely speaks to us having more grace with each other, as well as continuing to have like grace for ourselves.
Yes, and I hope that we maintain that we can even add that to the list, maintaining the grace, acceptance, things like that for everybody, accepting where we are all together and, you know, assuming the best. I didn't intentionally not meet your deadline. It was just amongst all of the 20,000 other things that had to be done. So.
Yeah.
I am so happy that you all took this coffee break with me today. For me, like I said, it was tea, and I am actually feeling much better now that I've drank this tension tamer tea, which I probably will post on Instagram, send out via email to everywhere else because it is amazing. It really is. I think it's the Celestial Seasonings one, and I have a box in my office and might have a box at my house, and was surprised to find one in my sister's cabinet. So super excited. Until tomorrow, I like Zoom. How do you all like Zoom? Zoom's good. Should we go back to Instagram? How are we feeling? Zoom's good. Awesome. All right, so we'll keep Zoom going. And I will see you all tomorrow. Tell everybody you know about it. Share it. Like it. This will be posted on the YouTube channel as well. So make sure that you subscribe. Thanks, y'all.